everybody, welcome to A Bridge Between Nations, abbn.com. Today's video is about the Williams Sound T46 transmitter. This is a portable 72 megahertz transmitter, very popular for small meetings and churches where the sanctuary is relatively small. It has a range of about 150 feet, and so we think it's good for audience sizes of up to about 400 people or thereabouts, 400 or 500 people. Okay, so what can I tell you about it? Well, it's a battery-powered transmitter. It obviously is great if you need mobility, if you're giving a factory tour or you're tour guiding or any other situation where you need to be on the move. This is obviously perfect for that situation. It runs on 2 AA batteries. These happen to be alkaline, but you can also flip the switch and use nickel metal hydride rechargeables. And it has 2 charging lugs on the bottom that mate with the Williams Sound charger if you decide to go that route. To switch it on, we're going to hold down the power button on the top until it switches itself on. And it's booted up in what we call dual channel mode, and I love this mode. It's a new feature on this this piece of equipment, and it's great for interpreters who go from English to, let's say, Spanish and back from Spanish to English. So both directions are bilingual interpreting. This is perfect for that situation. In the past, that was not an easy thing to do with a portable transmitter, but with this one you simply flip the switch, flip the button, and you can flip backwards and forwards between 2 different channels. So you can have your English listeners on one channel and your Spanish listeners on another, for example. So I love that feature about it. It has a mute button on the top. If you just temporarily or quickly press that button, it starts to flash red, and that means it is now muted. So you can now cough, talk to your partner, or anything you want to do, and nobody will hear you. When you press it again, you're live and back ready to go. We need to plug in a microphone, and we've got a few different choices. We've got a headset microphone, and this is handy. It has an earphone in it, and so this means that if you're in a place where you can connect to the sound system in some way, perhaps if you're in a church and your sound guys can hook up a little headphone jack for you, then you can plug that in, and then you'll be able to listen on headphones whilst you're speaking into the microphone. So that's handy in that situation. There's also a handheld mic, a lapel mic, or probably the most popular we find is the headband mic, and that goes over the ears and around the head, something like that, and that positions the microphone about 3 fingers width from the side of the mouth, which is about the perfect position for this kind of mic. And we simply plug the mic into the jack on the top, and we are now broadcasting. We are now sending out a signal. So it also has a little aux input, AUX, auxiliary input, and you can use that if you've got some other sound source that you want to add, not just your voice, but perhaps if you had some music that you wanted to play on an iPod at some point, or a phone, or if you wanted to, maybe had a video and you wanted to play the soundtrack to the video on either from a computer or an iPad or anything like that, any other sound source, you can plug it into that little jack alongside the microphone. Well, I'd like to finish by showing you the menu options on the T46 transmitter. So let's press the menu button in the middle and see what we get. Okay, first of all we get the channel. We can easily change the channel by going up or down like this. We have a volume level. We can adjust the volume of the microphone, the sensitivity of the microphone, and therefore the volume of the output level. We also have a volume control for the aux input. Remember that extra input on the top for a second audio source, and we can adjust that volume up or down. Now we can go into advanced setup. So yes, say yes and go into the advanced setup. Okay, here we have compression. We can set it to either 1 to 1 or 2 to 1. 2 to 1 will mean that the ears of the listeners are protected from loud noises. So if you think that that microphone might get hit against something, or there might be some very loud noises, this will protect the listener's ears. But there will be a slightly degraded audio signal as a consequence. 1 to 1 means that the ears are not protected, but you will have the highest quality of the audio. Here we have the display mode. Do we want to display the frequency or a channel number? I usually like to display the frequency. That's to me much more useful, so I'm going to leave it on frequency. And we have 17 channel mode or 8 channel mode. And this refers to the fact that there are 17 available channels on this transmitter, and we've got it set so we can access any one of those 17 channels. Or there's an 8 channel mode in which all 8 channels can be used simultaneously. So if you had up to 8 of these units and receivers that were tuned to those 8 different channels, all 8 of them could be used simultaneously. So you could have, for example, 8 separate tour groups all in the same place at the same time, or you could have 8 languages going on in the same place at the same time. I'm going to put it back on 17 for now. And then this is simply how long does the screen stay on after use before it switches off. And if you really wanted to save your batteries, you'd set it for 5 seconds, and then after 5 seconds of not being used, the screen goes back to its normal setting and will go off. That's rather faster than I really want, so I'm going to whiz through these settings and change it back to 30 seconds, which is what I prefer. And then here is a brightness. We can control the brightness of that screen. And again, that's a battery saving feature. I'm going to leave it on number 3 for now. And then do we want to restore the factory defaults? Do we want to put everything back to the way it was when it came from the factory? No, we don't. And are we ready to exit the advanced setup? Yes, we are. And we're back out of the menu and back into usage mode. So that's about it. It's a great little unit, very compact, simple to operate, and yeah, it works well for small meetings.